Hi, it's Darnell with Way Living Recipes, and today I'm going to be making some fried chicken in the Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer. I'm going to take a boneless, skinless chicken breast and turn it into some fried chicken strips. And we're going to get started with that recipe right now. Alright, so let's go over the ingredients that we've got going on here. I've got one boneless, skinless chicken breast half. I've got one large egg. I've got 1 tablespoon of water. I've got 1 tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning, a half a tablespoon of freshly cracked black pepper, a half a cup of yellow cornmeal, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, and some cooking spray. To start, I'm going to mix the water and the egg to basically make myself up an egg wash here. So just going to get those spun up. And this will just help with getting the breading stuck on there real good. And since we're only doing 1 boneless skinless chicken breast, we don't need a lot more ingredients. Just 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water will do. And this is a good alternative to using buttermilk if you don't have or don't want to use buttermilk for some reason. Although you can use buttermilk if you choose, and if you also choose, you can brine your chicken for some time for added moisture. Maybe brine it with a little sugar and a little salt and come out real nice and even extra tender. But now I'm going to take this boneless skinless chicken breast half and I'm just going to cut it the long way, lengthwise. I'm going to try and see if I can get myself 4 nice chicken strips here, chicken breast strips. So just cutting on down this one here. Got that cut. I'm going to cut this piece here so that I have 4 even ones. Just cut on down like that. Alright, so I've got my 4 chicken breast strips, some being larger than others due to the cut. And so with that done, now I'm going to get my dry ingredients together. I'm going to take my all-purpose flour, pour it there into my yellow cornmeal, and get the 2 mixed up to get my breading started. I'm going to also take my pepper and get that into the mix. So drop that on in there. And also going to get this Old Bay seasoning put in here. You can use the seasonings of your personal choice. As some of you know, I'm going to put Old Bay in just about everything. Haven't put Old Bay in my eggs at breakfast, but I might have to try that one day too, you know. Old Bay on the eggs at breakfast time, who knows. Old Bay just seems to go good with any and everything. It's like Old Bay and bacon go good with any and everything. Those are 2 things that just go great with anything you want to name, in my opinion. So just gonna finish this, you know, making sure it's mixed in there real good and mixed up, because that's my breading, that's my egg wash. And then we'll get it coated with the cooking spray. So I'll set the cooking spray over here. Now I've got this wire rack for the Emeril pressure air fryer. I'm going to stick that right on down in there, down bottom there in the pot. And so we've got that pretty good as far as being mixed up. And so with that, now it's time to do the wet hand, dry hand routine, where I put the chicken into the egg wash with this hand that'll be getting wet. This hand I'll be trying to keep dry and use in the breading. So just getting it coated well with the egg wash, and getting it nice and close so I can just swap it right over into the breading. Get that next one started in there. Start getting some breading over it so that I don't get the breading on my hands at all. And while I've got one going in the egg wash, I've got the other going in the breading, just basically covering and coating it really good, making sure every crevice I can try and get into is coated well with my breading. Now that I've got it all breaded up, I'm going to take this one out and put it on this plate here. And this one that I've been working through the egg wash a bit, just get it on out. And basically going to repeat this process for all 4 pieces. Well, maybe I've got 5 pieces for that little one there. Alright, so now we've gotten things all breaded up. So this is the part where I'm going to take the cooking spray. I'm going to cover them with cooking spray. As I cover each with cooking spray, just going to drop them into the pot. Try and make sure when I get them in the pot that none of them are touching, that they all have some space. Alright, I guess we got things both sprayed up enough. I'm still seeing a spot or two that, you know, I want to hit. I guess as I move them, I'm like, oh, let me get that spot there, let me get this spot here. You know, the better they're coated with that cooking spray, the better things will air fry up. So I try and, you know, get it as right as I can. And just putting them all in and trying to kind of space them out. Looks like that one needed a little more touch up. Get this one in here, try and keep some room for the last bits. This little bit here, I don't know, this one might not make it, but let me see what happens to them. It might be like a little burnt in or something by the time it's all said and done. We'll see. Get this last big one. Alright, get the last one in there. I think I've got some, you know, some decent spacing. Got some spacing in there. We'll see how this goes. Now I'm taking my air fry lid, putting it onto the Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer. Alright, now we got you in on a close-up view. Going to hit the air fry button. Going to adjust the knob down to poultry, just because we're cooking chicken. Gonna press in. Gonna hit the temp button. I'm gonna take that up to 400, which is the maximum temperature we can go to. Gonna hit time. Take that down to 20 minutes. Alright, so we got 400 degrees, 20 minutes. I'm gonna hit start and let that cook for a bit, and I'll bring you back. Alright, 15 minutes have passed. Gonna get the lid off. It will do some beeping. I do apologize for that. But now what I want to do, I want to flip this chicken over, and I may touch it up with some cooking spray if I see any spots that I feel need touching up. This is how it looks so far. That's 15 minutes of cooking. It's looking pretty good to me. Looking pretty good. So I'm just getting all the pieces and, you know, just pick them up, flipping them over. And this little one, he's still surviving. And getting this other final piece flipped. Alright, so everything flipped pretty easily. Now I'm going to get this lid back on and going to let it continue. It will have a 2-minute fan cool down period going on after the remaining 5 minutes run. So really, it's like a 22-minute cook. And so after these last 5 minutes plus the 2-minute cool down of the fan running, I'll bring you back, we'll get this out. Alright, the cook is complete. And so getting the lid off the top, I'm going to do some temperature testing. Going to hit cancel to stop that beeping. I'm going to do some temperature testing now. This chicken is like in the 190s. That's over 200. Yep, so everything is really well cooked. And I like to cook it really well so that it's nice and crispy. So let's go ahead and get this chicken out now. I'll just get my plate a little closer and look at that. Fried chicken. Let me show you that. Look at that. That is some good stuff. Gonna get the rest of these on out of here. But the Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer has done it again. We've got fried chicken going on. Here's that little piece. It even survived a little. Look at this last one. I think that's our last one. Yep. So that's all our fried chicken. Let me give you a closer look at it all. Looks like some pretty good chicken there. So now I'll just get the camera moved and we'll taste test. All right, here's our fried chicken strips here. So let's do a taste. Okay, the interior of that chicken is still tender and juicy. It's still got some tender juiciness in there, despite the, being, cooked really to a higher temperature to get my nice crispiness on the exterior. It's got some good crispness on the exterior, got some good moistness on the interior. Good fried chicken. Good fried chicken without deep frying in the oil. So it turned out well. Emeril Lagasse pressure air fry did a great job. And so now you know how to do it. And I'll have the written version of this recipe. Check the video description. There'll also be a link for a printable version. Also, you can always go to my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com, and get recipes in printable form for this and other cookers. You can always come to this YouTube channel by going to waveovenrecipes.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at waveovenrecipes. Also in the video description, there are links for like referral links and such for like this type of a cooker and others. You can go to my Amazon shop, get other things. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and good eating.